Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been? I don't know where to begin.
What up, though? It is I, Wade Nobilio, here to help take you on this grand adventure that we all find ourselves on for personal development in the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and the mental realm of life. All right, that was a little much for me, but today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I think is pivotal to anybody that is beginning this personal growth journey, right? And that is when you start taking your physical health more seriously, right? So I have rightfully dubbed this little video right here, So You Want to Work on Physical Health. Well, to give you a little background on my expertise in this matter, I am a long-standing gym rat. I used to work out all the time, prior service Marine, so physical fitness was kind of a big thing for a long time. No specific training as far as like certifications or anything like that, but I have competed as an amateur slash semi-professional grappler. I've been in some not huge tournaments or anything like that, but on the local scene down here in the southeastern United States, I have shared mat space with some very, very talented grapplers at some very interesting invitationals and things of that matter. And, you know, I'm proud of that. And along with that came an extensive amount of physical training that I put myself through, which that with correlation of my old lifting regimen and whatnot, I have been lifting weights probably for, gosh, my dad got me started lifting weights when I was like probably 14 years old. So I've been doing it for a long period of time, and I'm no expert, but I definitely have the ability to lead a beginner down this road of physical fitness and physical wellness, especially with the recent additions to my toolbox, if you will, my little mental toolbox when it comes to physical fitness, right? So with that being said, the first thing that I think that you should work on is identifying your physical needs, right? This one is going to be incredibly different for everybody, and it's also going to dictate what is going to be the most beneficial training style for you. So when first I want to dissect that. Identifying your physical needs, what you need to be able to do to perform everything that you do on a regular basis. All right, so that means that you have to be realistic with your training habits, realistic with your time that you have allotted with you, and realistic of what you can expect your body to become. So if you're looking to get like Jay Cutler, you know, one of the world's most successful bodybuilders ever, you're gonna have to put in some time and some energy, and you're gonna have to get a lot of professionals involved with your physical transformation, or you're going to have to go find some less than reputable supplements to take to get to that size. Now, with that being said, most of you that are watching probably don't need to be Jay Cutler, and if you are trying to look like Jay Cutler, then good on you, because that takes an incredible amount of discipline and just strict training regimen. So with that being said, I feel like you can break up that in your mind pretty realistically, right? Having an honest conversation with yourself. And when I say needs, also, I wanted to emphasize that because I want people to be realistic with their training, but also remember that it is what you want, because you deserve to have the body that you want to have. So being realistic with what you can achieve in that respect is a healthier mindset than it is not. So remember that whenever you're thinking about what it is that you want to do. You want to gain some muscle, get a little bigger, look better, be more confident in yourself, perfectly fine. Lose some weight, cool. Lose some weight. Just be happy with what you have in your own skin. With that being said, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of just getting into it in general. A lot of people have a pretty warranted fear of judgment when it comes to gyms, because you will get people of all types that go to certain gyms. I used to hate Planet Fitness in this respect because I used to be the guy that was hyper judgmental of people whenever they would walk into a gym, and I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh, why are you here? Well, trying to get better. And that's something that comes with time, maturity, whatever. But with that being said, I understand that it can be scary at first. Not to mention just the natural resistance that you're going to feel from yourself for actually like getting up and going and doing something. It's a very, I'm not going to say hyper stressful time in someone's life, but it is definitely a life-changing experience. You are literally changing the paradigm of your life, the natural patterns that you walk on every day. You're changing that, and you're putting physical resistance in front of you in whatever it is that you're trying to do to train. So keep that in mind, and remember that when you're starting this, to have that sense of acceptance that it's a crawl, walk, run kind of ordeal, especially if you've never trained before and you're just breaking into this for the first time ever. Like, you weren't a high school athlete or anything like that. With that being said, I think it's really important to make sure that for the first 2 weeks that you train every day. Now, that changes after the first 2 weeks. I usually just go by a rule of thumb. If I have somebody that I'm training with, train every day. Now, when most people hear that, they're probably going to think, oh, he's just going to kill himself in the gym every day, or he's trying to get someone to kill himself in the gym every day. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is every day committing to some kind of physical activity that is going to enhance your physical health, whether that be recovery, whether that be stretching, maneuverability, agility training, strength training. People are so one-dimensional when it comes to the concept of training. They just think gym, weights, lug, throw weights, scream, pound your chest. And that's cool because that's what we've been conditioned to think. But in all reality, that's not everybody's goal. And a gym is a great place for you to go become a better person and challenge yourself physically to evolve and gain that EXP to get to the next level. For my fellow nerds out there, rock on. So with that being said, man, 2 weeks. No specific days or anything like that. Look that up yourself. For rest days, take active rest days. Look that up too, that terminology. If you don't understand it, the long and short of it is when I was talking about recovery, doing stretches and stuff like that, you cannot overstretch. Let me say that again. You cannot overstretch your body. You literally cannot. And it's so understated how important it is to properly stretch before and after workouts. Look at people that do yoga. I have a friend of mine. She is stupid into yoga and has increased her flexibility tenfold within the last 10 months of her life, probably. That's 6 to 10 months, I'd say. Somewhere in that rough range. Anyway, it goes. She's a huge advocate for it, and it's changed her life, man. And stuff like that, that's beautiful. That's awesome. And it's commendable. So even if you're just taking on yoga or something of that nature, don't think that you're not doing anything. Don't think it's just yoga. No, dude, like you're doing something to make yourself better. Good job. That's the kind of perspective that I think should be more widely accepted when it comes to things like that. So with that being said, first 2 weeks, just do it. The next one that I wanted to talk about, and I put this one here on my mental list because I think it's super important to remember after 2 weeks of consistently training, that's not overtraining. Now, I understand that it is, especially for a younger gentleman going into the gym scene and getting all of that first rush of testosterone going through their body, like that first big metabolic rush that they've got going through their body. It's intense, man, and it motivates you and it drives you. And your chemistry at that point is changing rapidly, so it's going to change your perspective. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel sore, but you're going to feel good, and you're going to want to chase that, you know? So with that being said, don't chase it too hard. And remember that your body does have physical limitations, and that's why things like stretching, like I said, I can't state it enough, you need to stretch. You need to take care of your body and rehab appropriately. And that's going to be something that you're going to figure out. More than likely, some people will figure out the hard way. I figured it out the hard way, and that's why I say it. I see it more often than not, and that's why I'm going to keep preaching it to you in hopes that you don't figure it out like I did and have bum elbows, shoulders, a bad back, bad knees, things of that nature. Be better than me. Be the next evolutionary step in the human species. Better than me. So, that being said, don't overtrain. Don't push it. Push yourself physically, but do not exert yourself to the point where you aren't going to be able to train, and you're going to start back at square one after, blowing your load in 2 weeks. So that being said, I have another thing that I'm going to say to you, and it's a little redundant at this point, but I'm going to hit on it anyways. Make sure you're recovering properly, okay? And here's a great way that you can do that, right? And a lot of you really proud individuals that are coming here, that are just like low-key looking at this video, hoping that no one ever sees that you looked at a beginner's physical fitness video on YouTube or on Spotify or whatever it is that you're listening to me from. Make sure that you are getting all of your information from a reputable source. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do that I wanted to kind of get with you. Now, we live in a great time to try to physically enhance your body because there are so many people that have programs that are available to you on all these different apps on your phone and stuff like that. There's like the home body workouts and stuff that you can look into. There are a lot of options out there for you, and that's great because that just means that there's more stuff that you can play with and more of a reason to really dive into your personal health, just to figure out what you like the most, what's going to fit you the best, what's going to do the best for you. That's just, at this point, it's just getting ridiculous on why you wouldn't want to do a little personal health inventory and see what you can or can't do. So you have those apps, you have professionals on Facebook, Instagram, fitness coaches all over the place that can do different things for you. They are, having a professional trainer is probably one of the most underutilized things out there. I understand that it does cost money. My sister, she does competitive physique competitions and things of that nature, and she spends a good bit on gym memberships, personal trainer, having a coach, somebody to actually teach her how to do physique contests and things of that nature. It's super important. And having that extra training that someone can show you is incredibly important. So with that being said, find a coach, man. Find a mentor. If nothing else, find a mentor. A personal mentor, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that, go up to the big guy at the gym and start talking to him. Have a relationship with these people. That's one thing that I wish I would have done when I first started lifting more, is I wish that I would have approached some of these people more and gotten more information from them, because I'm sure a lot of them would have told me that a lot of the concepts that I was thinking at that point were stupid, and rightfully so. They were stupid. I had some really dumb ideas about training whenever I first started, and I was essentially just destroying my body and never letting it rebuild. So again, proper recovery. I know I'm being a dead horse at this point. Proper recovery is seriously important, guys. Be kind to yourself. I say it all the time. Be kind to yourself, man. Physically, mentally, emotionally. But physically is important. It is so important. All of it's super important. But man, for whatever reason, people do not think that physical recovery is important whenever they first start training. And that's how you end up with lifelong injuries that you can either go get an extensive amount of testing done and things that you can try and hope make them better from a doctor, or you're just going to end up hurt for the rest of your life. And it's a very, very tough road to walk down, and I really hope that I can keep as many people from walking down that road as physically possible, while at the same time still encouraging you to go out there and lift. So with that being said, some closing thoughts that I wanted to kind of leave you guys with when it comes to just you thinking about like your personal fitness regimen, we'll call it. I think that number one, you should already love the body that you have, because it is the body that has gotten you to where you are in life right now. And it might not be as pretty as you want it to be right now. You might not have the chiseled abs like some of the men and women that you'll see on Instagram, the fitness models and stuff. You might not have the biceps. You might not have the posterior like some of these girls do that you might want or whatever, and not look the same in some of these outfits. And I just want everybody to know that in and of itself is fine. You don't have to look like those people, because those people are going to some extremes, and that's respectable in and of itself. It's commendable. It's very commendable that these people are pushing themselves. I think that in and of itself is beautiful. But for everybody, it's not completely realistic. Not everybody can put in the time and have the personal discipline. Some people are just spread too thin and have too many other things, parents, things of that nature. I'm not saying that you can't, because you definitely can, but it really just comes down to how bad you want it. And that's why I challenge everybody to think deeply on your physical needs in life and to focus specifically on those. Because if you start running into, I want this body because I want to look like this, because I want the lifestyle like this, well, ask yourself this, do you truly want to have the lifestyle of somebody that is like an Instagram fitness model? Because I'll tell you right now, I know a lot of people that have these ridiculous physiques, and that consists of hours of hard work in the gym, which again is amazing. I think that's great, but it's also not for everybody. So think about that. Think about the things that you truly enjoy in life and ask yourself, is it worth reaching that peak of physical performance and perfection? Or is there another way of going about doing it? Maybe if you just started dieting better and went for a jog, started doing some push-ups, some squats, just start adding stuff like that in. I don't go to a gym to actually work out. I don't. Total transparency about you guys, I have a yoga mat that I roll out in my living room. I have some resistance bands. I have my body weight. I have these really cool little, I wish I had them over here. I'll show them to you guys one day, but it's these little mountain climbing grip prep blocks that you hang from a pull-up bar that I have outside that, they've got different grips that make it harder for you to hold on to it, and it trains you like that. So I don't use weights. I use my own body weight at this point because I've improperly trained that, and I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Admittedly, I don't train as much as I would like to right now. I have a school right now. I have my kid, and realistically speaking, Jiu-Jitsu would just inhibit and make all of that a lot harder. So I had to pump the brakes on my Jiu-Jitsu journey so I can be a good dad, provide, and do the things that I want to do long-term outside of Jiu-Jitsu. So with that being said, that was a little bit of transparency about me. I don't have abs. I love my body, though. I think I'm beautiful, and I think you're beautiful. And I think that those are the things that you need to remember, is that, yeah, you might not be someone's cup of tea now, but don't let your ego get the best of you. Don't sit there and try to please everybody. Be happy with who you are. And even if you're not, understand that it's still a process to get to where you want to be. And that's awesome, because you get to enjoy that journey now. So with all of these things being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you were able to learn something from this. I hope that I was able to guide you. Go ahead, and if you're not already, get to be a part of the community. Come join me, Fangs Out. We've got a Facebook page. We've got an Instagram page. I have a Patreon set up that's got an awesome Discord that I'm trying to develop right now. I'm really trying to get this community going to where I have a bunch of people. My first tier of content that you have accessible to you is going to be this Discord. It's whatever you want to donate. I'm going to be setting up different tiers here in the future that are going to have different things that I'm super excited to give to the people that are willing to give the most to me. So I have not more of an incentive, but you know, I that's commitment to me, that you financially helping me and giving me the ability to focus on this podcast more is only ever going to inspire me to give you guys more of me and more of my time and help me want to build a greater community for you guys, right? I don't try to push the whole financial aspect on you guys because I want to build something that's great for everybody. And it's going to start in that Discord, though. And it's only going to get better from there. And hopefully we all grow. And hopefully we all become millionaires one day. Going to leave you guys with a book and a quote. First, the book, Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles. If you have not read it, it's an incredible book. And it'll definitely help. It's a little dated in the language, but it's still a great book. And the second thing that I'm going to leave you with is what I'm going to leave you with every time. And it is live life and learn your lessons, be dope and earn your blessings. I'm Wade. Appreciate every single one of you. Love y'all. You're all beautiful. Never forget that, ever. And peace.